Christmas is always a busy time for the engines on the island of Sodor. Families would always come together to celebrate the holiday season and exchange gifts with one another. Sir Topham Hatt's engines always worked hard, taking passengers and goods to and from their destinations on time. Sir Topham Hatt had arranged for there to be a special toy drive for the children who were at the hospital in Wellsworth. The station master at Knapford placed a huge box on the station platform for passengers to donate toys for the children. One evening, Thomas returned to Knapford with his last train of the day. He noticed that some passengers dropped off several toys inside the box.
"It's nice that Sir Topham Hatt wants to help out the children," he told Annie and Clarabel. "It makes the children feel as if they're not left out for the holidays."
"Indeed,"
smiled Annie.
"the poor children would feel rather sad if they don't get any gifts at all. And it's a good thing they're getting all those toys."
Thomas smiled as he and his coaches set off for the sheds. The next morning, Thomas was to pick up some trucks from Knapford to take to Farquhar on his branch line, when suddenly he noticed something. Sir Topham Hatt and the station master were at the toy drive box, which was all smashed up.
"What's the matter?"
Thomas asked Percy.
"Thomas, someone's stolen all the toys for the children at the hospital,"
replied Percy.
"Sir Topham Hatt is going to call the police in order to find out who did this."
Thomas felt very bad about what happened to the toys. Now the children wouldn't get any presents at all. Thomas puffed along his branch line, thinking of all the children in the hospital.
"I wish there was something I could do for the children,"
he thought to himself. Thomas had to stop at a signal. He could see a lorry rolling past on the road beside him, and then he noticed something drop out of the lorry. His driver went to investigate. "It's a toy airplane," he told Thomas.
"If that's a toy airplane, then that lorry must have all the toys for the children. We have to stop that lorry,"
Thomas said. The signal changed, and Thomas raced off to catch that lorry. Thomas chuffed down the line as fast as he could. He could see the lorry close by, gathering speed as he drew close. Thomas's driver blew his whistle, telling the thief to pull over, but he paid no attention. Thomas noticed the road leaving the railway as he saw the lorry drive away.
"We'll never catch that lorry now,"
he cried. Then he noticed a signal box ahead. He quickly stopped outside the signal box to speak to the signalman.
"There's a thief in a red lorry and he's stolen all the toys for the children in the hospital,"
he said. The signalman quickly telephoned the police. The lorry was driving down the road fast, but the thief didn't take any notice of how icy the roads were, and up ahead he could see a snowdrift blocking the road. The thief tried to stop the lorry, but because of how icy the road was, the lorry lost control and slid off the road into a field close to Mrs. Kindly's house. Thomas arrived just in time. The thief tried to get out and take the toys away, but he was soon stopped by the police, who had arrived just in time to place him under arrest. The toys were taken out of the lorry and placed inside a goods van for Thomas to take to Wellsworth so that the children would get their presents in time for Christmas. A few days later, it was Christmas morning, and Sir Topham Hatt and a lady came to see Thomas at Tidmouth Sheds. The lady spoke kindly to Thomas.
"Hello, Thomas. I'm one of the nurses at Wellsworth Hospital,"
she said.
"All the staff in the hospital would like to thank you very much for helping to save those toys for the children. All the children are very happy to have presents for them this morning, and it's all thanks to Sir Topham Hatt for organizing this toy drive, and you, Thomas, for saving those toys for the children."
"It's my pleasure, ma'am,"
Thomas said gratefully.
"It's better to give than receive, and I think we all did a great thing by giving those children a Merry Christmas."
Everyone smiled and cheered, especially Thomas, who was the happiest of all.